In terms of specific government responses, we are, I first, the EU has responded to our report quite positively. They've noted that we have uncovered specific, examples of violence in Turkey and in Croatia specifically. We've also been working closely with the OSCE. Dunya is the freedom of media representative for the OSCE, and she has interacted with us about the platform. She has written a lot of articles about similar topics that the Mapping Media Freedom covers. For example, harassment that journalists are receiving in the field. The project focuses on the EU and then candidate countries. And Turkey is a candidate country for the EU. And then as part of the whole project, we do cover Russia, Belarus, and Ukraine. So that is 38 countries in total. In terms of the aim of covering these specific nations, we hope to sort of shed light on the difficulties journalists are facing. For example, in Turkey, because of the laws on terror, many independent media outlets have been raided. Many trustee boards have also been dissolved, as well as there's been a lot of arrests to journalists. Most prominently, in the end of August, 3 Vice News journalists were arrested in the Kurdistan area, and one of them, Mohammed Rasul, still remains in prison. So we'd like this tool to first showcase these issues, and then from there we use it as a base to promote advocacy. So, for example, we're currently working on a campaign to get him released. In Russia, Belarus, and Ukraine, we're showing various different pressures to journalists. For example, in Russia, in the last 3 years, we've seen repeated attacks to independent media outlets in Russia. Many are under very severe pressure. For example, TV Rain, known as Dozh in Russian, is currently being under inspection. And as well in Ukraine, different issues arise. There is pressure from the new government, but also there's a lot of violence in eastern Ukraine, and this affects journalists doing their job there. On our website, we have an editorial about how the terrorist attacks are affecting press freedom in Europe, specifically in Belgium and France. So France, there was a law that was going to be passed that would suppress press freedom during sort of times of alert, and that was very worrying for us. And in Belgium, Twitter users and the public was told not to tweet about the raids that were going on, and this led to sort of the inundation of cats that appeared on Twitter, which the media picked up. So the project overall is documenting a lot of incidents of pressure that journalists and overall press freedom is experiencing because of the terrorist attacks in general, and this is unfortunately causing the government to try to crack down on press freedom. And this is very worrying because, as I already previously mentioned, this is the type of rhetoric that the Turkish government is using to arrest journalists and to dissolve independent media outlets. And so we're hoping similar legislation is not put in place throughout the rest of Europe.